accusation. But General Ogolla, the way I know him, and I've gone to see him, even on political issues, and he will tell me, if it is that, wachana nayo. Ata Murkomen told me that when he went to see Murkomen, it was just about development. So Murkomen, hiyo uwanja wa ndege, uambie mkubwa, hata mimi nishamwambia, hiyo uwanja ya Gombe, mfanye haraka, tuone ya kwamba huyu generali alikuwa anatupenda zaidi na zaidi. Asanteni sana, na Mungu amweke mahali pema peponi.
Thank you, Governor of Siaya. Your Excellency, on behalf of the Ministry of Defense and Kenya Defense Forces, and as a person who worked very closely with General Ogolla as a Vice Chief of Defense Forces and as the Chief of Defense Forces, personally, I have lost a brother. I have lost a colleague. I have lost a member of the Defense Council. I have lost a general who has put the security, the sovereignty, and territorial integrity of our country. His family will confess, Your Excellency, that even Christmas and New Year, General Ogolla could sacrifice and tell me, let's go and visit our troops in deep operations. Those outside the country, we were in Kismayu, we were in deep hostile areas. He was a man who was committed to his work. He was a man, because the office of the Minister and the Vice Chief of Defense Forces are the closest officers, Your Excellency. I work with all the Vice Chief of Defense Forces and the Chief of Defense Forces. He was a man of discipline and honor. I don't want to say more because you have interacted with him too. So, Your Excellency, the rank and the leadership of Kenya Defense Forces, we have a lot to learn from General Ogolla, our general. The way we will learn and have learned more with the previous Chief of Defense Forces. We want to assure you that we will leave the legacy and the dreams of General Ogolla for the safety of our nation, be it in the air, land, and the sea. But Your Excellency, as our Commander-in-Chief, if you allow me, the former Prime Minister yesterday said a statement. And I want to qualify that statement. Because General Ogolla was very close to me, particularly when he was the Vice Chief of Defense Forces. And when the whole issue of Bomas, 15th of August, was hanging over his head, he even told me, and the family can agree with me, we had conducive discussion, that even he has lost weight, that this thing was disturbing him. And Your Excellency, General Ogolla was not, as the Vice Chief of Defense Forces, was not a member of the National Security Committee, which is chaired by the Head of Public Service. So how did the General Ogolla went to NSAC and to Bomas? And as a Muslim, General Ogolla shared with me text messages of his superiors and members of the National Security Committee then. And he asked 3-4 times. First, in the morning when he was going to NSAC, he showed me the message that he was given, go represent me at NSAC, because of a prior other commitment of the person who was supposed to go. When he went to NSAC, General Ogolla, and a direction was given to him with the other colleagues, with a leader, him as a member, to go to Bomas. General Ogolla, as a respectable soldier and general, he asked and sent a text message to his bosses and asked, what am I going to do in Bomas? And this has happened. And General Ogolla was told, it's been decided, you go. And I'm narrating what General Ogolla today, he's lying here, this man, told me. When he went to Bomas, the then chairman of IBC, he told me, kept them for 5 hours. And the 411 came while he was in Bomas, saying the results will be announced at 3. And General Ogolla then again sent a text message and saying, now that the result will be announced at 3, as a general, as a soldier, what am I doing here? And he was told, stay with your colleague. That text message is there. When His Excellency yesterday said, I had a one-to-one with the General Ogolla, he gave me permission to have one-on-one discussion with the General Ogolla on a Monday from 7 to 9:30 p.m. in my house. His security, his drivers can confirm. And when he convinced me, because he was a man of God, when he convinced me is when he got an opportunity to relay and talk to the president with those 3 statements at the end of his discussion with the president. Today, I want to confirm that because of what happened to General Ogolla, the president as the chairman of the National Security Council, so that for it not to happen again, the president has directed last year that members of the National Security Committee, the IG, the DG NIS, the head of public service, PS Interior, PS Defense, CDF, PS Foreign Affairs, PS Treasury, and the Solicitor General can never again delegate the attendance of that membership to their juniors. Because tomorrow, another member of the National Security Committee will commit the same crime. So Honorable Raila Odinga was very right. Very right. And I came today to qualify his statement that General Ogolla, a man he knows, will not have gone to Bomas. And the people who sent him to Bomas, some of them are here. Some of the people who sent him to Bomas, are known. They are members. So sometimes, the way Joel said, let us not create a false narrative about General Ogolla. Your Excellency, allow me again to make another confession as your Minister for Defense. Many of my colleagues ask me, you used to be a vibrant politician, you have changed. I have changed because I went to a different environment. Your Excellency,